How do I share my slides? Desktop, no? Display. How do I share my this desktop in this one? So I go to share folder. Only system preferences. Now share your content.
Share folder. Yes, sir.
And
Share folder. Then one pop-up box will open.
this
Then,
is open system preference is coming.
sir, open system preference. When you will click on share, then one pop-up box will appear. Then click in the screen one, and then share.
It's not there. It's coming only open system preference. Allow WebEx to share your contact. This is on WebEx, right?
Yes, sir.
Then security, privacy, consent and reminder, camera,
Let me check, sir. I think some.
Because I have Apple computer.
Okay.
So Bluetooth, the screen recording, file and folder, download folders, full discusses, microphone, profile. This is. Can I send you the slide to you? You can open it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Huh?
Okay, sir.
I'm just sending right now. Please bear with me. I'm sending you.
No, sir. It's okay, sir.
So reply. I will add it. Where is the desktop? I've already sent you. Ranjit, can you see, please? I have sent you.
Sir, I'm just checking it. कहाँ मिला?
It will
Yes,
be
sir.
directed.
Sir, got it, sir.
So you can open it.
Yes, sir. I'm sharing it, sir.
So these are first year students or last year students?
Sir, first year.
First year students. So
Yes,
they are
sir.
welcoming, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, all of you.
Sir, is it visible to you?
Yeah, it is visible to me, right? You can share when I say, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, all of you. And it is, yeah, it is there. It is there. It is there. It is there. So go to the first slide. Yeah. Good morning, all of you. And I welcome you on IIIT. I am hoping that you will join soon on campus. And it is my privilege to address you, the fresh students. We call it fresher in the campus. And this is a beautiful thing that you have joined IIIT Allahabad. It is a wonderful place to gain the knowledge as well as the extracurricular activity. So you know that this college has been established 20 years back, and it has completed 20 years. So it is beyond 2020 what you are there. So what is my talk is basically going to be some of the key person who changed their life and where they are coming from. So if you see them, can I have the first slide? So what I did basically, first slide please. What I'm saying that the people coming from the small area, and the barrier is not there that you have to come from the city or developing cities or maybe different countries. Anybody who has a little bit of courage, who has a little bit of a desire and passion for study and do something for community, country, herself, family, they can they can gain it, they can do it. So this is basically my talk would be that coming from the very rural background where you have a very limited resources for livelihood. And you can see on my left that there is a small hut is there, but it is small, and there is a thatched roof is there, and all the barren, the land which is open little bit outside, and there are a lot of fields are there. Now you can see a person who is born up in those particular hut, which does not have all the amenity what you can have in the modern villa. But the person have a desire, person has a passion, person has a dreams, which he wants to fulfill by knowledge, by integrity, by following the rules of land, and also give the society what he thinks for the best in that terms. So there are a lot of people are there in the whole world that they have come from the very small. I'm not saying the people coming from the city are bad. They can also contribute to that. And I can tell you one of the great example of there, two people in our own country who did a freedom fighter. Next, please. Yeah, this is the next place. This is the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi, which has really been remodeled. You know, he went and studied in Cambridge and finally moved to for livelihood in South Africa. And there one incident in South Africa changed his life. He came back. He is the first person who is born in a very rich family, studied in outside, and then he came back to India and become poor. He didn't have any ownership of any land or any properties. He is a small area which is known as basically Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad, and near the bank of the Sabarmati river, and he lead a very simple life. So this is the reverse kind of personality who has come from the very rich background, studies, but think about his passion, think about his dreams, think about his way of life, what is adopted. He has changed the whole world of a certain philosophy. Now, what Gandhiji has done basically, he has motivated millions of people for independence, Swatantra Senani. But his way of doing it very different. Not killing the people, not looting the people, not even disobeying the people. What he does basically, he thought that by doing the simple way of agitation, he can liberate our own homeland by the invaders. British was there. He fought with them because he was a very literate person, and he can converse them very effectively because his training was different. So the Britisher has also respected the educated people. Now Gandhiji has a very different personality. Gandhiji did not belong to the very poor people, very poor background. But he adopted a simple life where he can see that millions of people don't have any clothes, millions of people don't have any in a roof where they can live in. So he thought that if I mix with them, then they will understand me more by doing those things. So this is an example of one fellow, our great soldier, or you can say is a father of the nation, who adopted. That's what he's called as the father of nation. Nobody called father of the nation except Gandhiji. Because Gandhiji philosophy, simple living and high thinking. And also he connect with them to the normal people who doesn't have all the things which he had it. That's one thing you have to see it. May I have the next slide? Now, next slide is very simple also. Now, this is a modern, I was telling about. Nowadays, you must have had Sundar Pichai. Now, his birthplace is a very small village, but he didn't have a very extraordinary life. He was medial family born. He studies in a very Tamil school which is situated in IIT Madras campus, because I had my son also studies in those school. It was a Tamil medium school, and also very simple. But the education was very good. The dedication about the education was very important, and my sons and other people learn it. So this is example of one person who is coming from the local place, not very not very poor, but he has reached to the highest level of in corporate world. Now you can see the person he was living and now how he's living there in States. He has changed because he has gained the knowledge from the very childhood in a different way. He studies in Tamil medium, switched to the English medium, did all this BTech from Kharagpur, and then he went back to the US, did his master's, joined the corporate world, and slowly with his talent, he learned it. Now, what makes him to the success person? Because he has a passion, he has a very intelligence, what is developed by reading the books, reading the very works basically, and ethics. That is very important because if you are a very ethics, honest and sincere person and knowledgeable, because you have to gain the knowledge by work experience, by studyings, by going to the different places, following foothills of the different great personality, then only you can achieve it. Next slide, please. Ranjit, next. Okay. This is basically a Lal Bahadur Shastri home. It has been basically a model, redone houses. But if you see the basic houses, it was a very poor house in a small area known as Muthiganj area in Allahabad. Now, this Allahabad house was a very simple house. I remember in 1978, when 77, 75, when I was a student of even Christian college, we used to pass his house. I mean, it's a two-room house, very simple. Nothing was that simple house. And if you see his biography, he used to travel to the school by swimming the Ganga River. That is also there. So he was not a very rich person. He used to travel few kilometers and then cross the Ganga by swimming and then go to the college. Now, why he did do that? Because he has a desire. He has a passion. He's basically wanted to become an educated person. He knew that by education, I can become something else. Because education, by getting the education, I can give back to the society. So at that time, the India was really not very developed. So everybody was like that. So he also belonged to the very, very low family. Low means not very prosperous family. So he's come from a middle, and now he has become a prime minister of India. But you see his ethics. I don't know how many remembers there were. Before becoming prime minister, he was a rail minister. In the rail minister, there was one accident happened and a lot of people lost life. Next day, he resigned, taking the on the ground of morality, he resigned. That I take the responsibility. What happened? Because I'm the rail minister, I have to take care of the people who are traveling. And whatever happens, maybe his fault is not there, somebody's fault, but he took a moral responsibility and resigned from the cabinet. So think about that a person of a high moral values rose to the prime minister level coming from the very, very poor family. So my thoughts to give you that a person coming from the very humble, very low background can also achieve the highest place in our system. That is one thing. And Lal Bahadur Shastri is one of the prime minister. There was no controversy on that. He died in a heart attack in Tashkent because after the 1965 war, what happened? I think 65 or 67 wars with Pakistan. There was a peace talk was there happening in Tashkent, and in Tashkent, what happened? There was something happened which we do not know. Nobody knows. And he thought, if I go back, how can I face my fellow citizen that how many people have died during the war, and if I make any compromise on that, I will not be able to face them. What face I will go back, what face I will show to them after going back to India. So he felt very bad that the heart attack happened and he died. So these are the people are basically role models. coming from a humble background, rose to the prime minister office and gave a very high moral and ethicals in their, they practiced basically in their life, and they sacrificed their life for also. Next, please. Now here is the basically international person, Nelson Mandela. He's a recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize also. He also born in a small thatched village in South Africa. And see here, he was a simple person from a very, very remote area in South Africa, born, but he has a desire to become a good person. He has desire to serve the country. He has a desire at that time to liberate the colonism, black and white things, because white were ruling blacks there, and the blacks were in majority, white were not in majority. So what happened? What is the path he chose? He went and study, and then he took politics because he has a cause to liberate their own people from the slavery. So in this process, what happened? He confronted the authorities. They put him in a jail, and he was jailed for more than 20 years in jails, isolated jails area. And then what happened? After certain regime change, he was freed from the jail, came back, and still he wanted to contribute to the society because the slavery was not done. He fought the election. He became a president of the South African country, and then he rose to that scene. So think about a person from the small, humble background, poor background, no clothes to wear, and then he became a president of that particular country, and everybody respected. So how he got the respect? Through only education. So once you have that kind of passion, and then what you can, a kind of a dedication to achieve something in your life, to contribute something to society, doesn't make any difference which background you are coming from. It just makes to carry forward with the good things, and you become a great person. Now everybody knows Nelson Mandela. Of course, he is now no more. He got a Nobel Peace Prize, so many prizes, Gandhian Peace Prize also, Government of India gave them, and then very respected person in the life. He lived his life very dignity. So respect comes in that. Next, please. Now, this is another example of our Indian person. Everybody's knows Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was a president of India. He started he was born in a small hut in Tamil Nadu, in Kanyakumari district. I have seen his house. Now his house is changed, but previously he was born in those houses. You can see them, guest house. At that time, see, one thing you must understand, in 1950s, 60s, 70s, India was not very rich. What you are seeing right now in India, there is not much. And I can vouch that I have seen those things. If I see my hometown where I was born, exactly same kind of villages. But we were not poor in the sense that we had enough to eat, we have a shelter, we have a roof to live, and we have access to the small primary school which are done in a small villages. He also went to the Kanyakumari district schooling, high school. Then he rose to the another school in Madras Presidency College, did a degree, went to the, and then he did from Gindi Engineering College. He did his BTech degree, those time called the engineer degree, BE, and then he joined the DRDO, and he became a space person in this one. Now, if you see his background, he is also very humble, very dedicated to area, and he contributed tremendous in the area of the missile technology. He is known as the missile man. Now, that's what I'm saying. A person coming from a small area, rural background, very, low income group area, but again, he has a passion, he has a dedication, he wants to serve his society, and then he rose to the president's chair in India. Very, all these example, what I'm going, the person come a small village and go to the villa is the example of those people, how they rose. But everything has a commonality in all of these people. They have a dedication, passion, sincerity, honesty, and what they practice in whole life. And of course, education was the utmost importance for them. Without education, you can't achieve anything. Without education, you can't do anything in success in your life, except very few people. Those are a businessmen also, those who are not educated, but they have mastered the art in that particular area. If you ask them, the business people, even they have a very limited of education, but the business point of view, they have learned a lot how to do the business also. So they have dedicated, they have learned, they have spent time to do that, then only they have achieved in that. Next, please. Now, here is another example. Today's our Shri Narendra Modi ji, who is the Prime Minister of India. Now, if you see background, he was selling a tea and sweeping the floors of the particular tea stall in their early ages. But he has a different kind of passion. He's a passion for serving the people. So he thought, how do I do that? I'm not very educated, but during his education also, he was doing the jobs because he also came from the very, not very rich family. Still, you can go and see his mother, how lives in a small one-bedroom area. But he has a passion to study, to serve the people. He joined different places. He meditated. He took a different route. He did not do the big colleges to study. He studied in their local colleges. He went to the different kind of organization, which make and his thought make them that if I join some organization, I can serve better. So he started from the very basic cadre and rose to the prime minister level. Now, think about a person's dedication to serving a society in a different way. He chose this path and he has a dream that, yes, I have to serve my society, I have to serve my people, whatever it takes. He did not care about his positions. Whatever given by the organization, he followed that organization. And organization recognized his dedication, sincerity, honesty, and make them something different, and they rewarded them. If you meet him and tell them, he never asked for any post. He was rewarded for that. He was forced to take those posts, basically. So you can see coming from a very poor background, doing a very low kind of jobs, people can rise to there. Again, the same thing. Dedication, passion, sincerity, and some aim to do the work. Aim is not to gain the money, not to fame, but to serve the society, serve your own people. That makes him to rise this level. It's really great to read all those things. So far I have given an example of the Indians. I have given another example. Next, please. Here is that. Next, again, one of the great revolutionary person who fought for cause, Dr. Martin Luther King. Now, his birthplace in Atlanta, I think it's Atlanta basically. He was very dedicated to work. He wanted to uplift the black because till 1960, the blacks have a basically slave status in America. Maybe I'm wrong in 60s, maybe in 50s basically. Rosa Parks was another lady. There was a seats in a bus. The black seats sit separately, the white sit separately. And you can't, even the seats are empty in the white, if the white area seats are empty, the black cannot sit there. He has to stand or whenever seat comes. So the Rosa Parks, I'm not giving the picture. She said, I'm going to sit in the white place. And the white man came. She refused to stand up, vacate that seat. She was put in the jail, shouted, but that sparked the whole community. Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, he said that how long we can live as a slave? We are citizen of the country. Why there is a two different states in the same country for that? So he fought for that. He never said, I want to say. He said, we the people of nation, we the people. He always say we, he never said I. So what I'm trying to say, these great people, they never go for themselves. They took masses together. And then final movement came, the black got the same status, the color things was abolished, and everybody got the equal status. So end of the slavery by that time. So he went to study, he did the law, and he became a great person. He started his career as a junior clerk in their county. In US, they call it small area, we call it municipality here, they call it county. And in county, and they rose to the highest level. World recognized his talent, world recognized his movement, because his philosophies were different. He was very, very, he took the lessons from the guidance from the Mahatma Gandhi's books, and he also making a non-violence movement in the country. So that's why Dr. Martin Luther King have much more, respected person in black and white community both. See how the life changes just by having some ideas, and you go for that particular ideas. Next, please. I'm giving the example of different places, and this is the no. Yes, this one. Oh, no, wait. This one. Yeah, this. What is going on? Anyway,
It is changing automatically, sir.
I know. I understand that. I'm giving the example of some of the Bhakti people. This is my Amritmai. She is basically born in a small village in Kollam district in Kerala, and then rose because she is very spiritual leader. She used to go for fishing when she was very young, come back, sell them, and on the street, and then make some living out of that. But somehow she got some inspiration from some of the Bhakti people, some of the Guruji, and then she's not a very literate person, I tell you. But if you go to the Kollam districts, she has made a Amrita Institute of Technology, Amrita, this is a medical school, Amrita Yoga School, Amrita Humanities. A lot of colleges are there in her name. So she got the inspiration, and she wanted to serve the society. She created a small preaching, small people in the village. People like them. She used to, I think she has some healing power. That's what the people says. And then what happened with this of the belief that she has some kind of magic in her, those people who go, their wishes are fulfilled all the time. So they gave donations, started pouring donation from different places. And then she thought how to use the donation in the right way. So started serving the society by giving them education, by giving them jobs. If you see that Mata Amrita birth house is very simple. Again, simple things. And they rose to the creating an empire of educational hub in Kollam district. I mean, if you see the private colleges in India, the Amrita Institute comes in a top 5. Very good facility, very good teacher, and very, very, very knowledgeable people are there. And the students goes there. The main thing is she created an environment, natural environment, where the air is very pure. The teachers comes on give the lecture in a different way there. They treat them differently because she has mixed little bit of spirituality in the teaching also. So everybody has kind of a divine feelings when you go to Amara Institute of Technology. And I can share with you, I did go few times to that particular institute. I met once to Amritamai also. And she, once she touched, you feel something. She says something in the ear. She whispered some words because in Tamil, and you can't understand if you don't know Tamil, very few things she said, maybe 5 seconds, something like that. And then when you come out, you do feel some kind of energy change in your life. I may not feel much, but most of the people feel. She does a lot of charity. So serving a society in a different way. Other people, which I gave the example, basically, they serve by education, by changing the society, by liberating their country, for having some cause slavery. Mahatma Gandhi did from basically did for independence movement. And there are not only this is, so what I'm saying, that's what my topic was, that village to villa, small villages, because every part of the world, the villages are there. They are known differently. Small places where have limited people lives there in a society. The limited resources are there, not much to do recreation, but people born there, they come out and do wonders in there when they grow up. So this is one of the inspiring things, you take it. But there are the leaders also. I can give the one, the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Very rich person, always lives rich life, end up in the rich area, but he's also served it. So there are examples also there where it doesn't mean that you have to come from the village. People come from the different big place also and serve the country, serve the nation, serve the something which really they want to do that. So you guys, all of you are coming from a different area, different places, and different cultural background. And this MNIT will definitely going to give you something which you need to nurture, you need to integrate, you have to learn, and learn not by learning to pass the exams. You have to learn with the passions. You have to learn with the integrity. You have to learn with the honest way, and make kind of a aim, make a kind of a goal in your life. See, you can earn the money. Money earning is not a problem. Anybody can earn the money by doing the small business to the big business and by serving a society. But serving people, serving the people with a good notion, because if you make industry, you're not serving yourself, you're giving employment to others also. That's also a service. That is not, you can't do that. That's also service. You are a teacher, you become a professor, you are imparting education with your students. That's also service. You become a IS officer, PCS officer. That is also service, because you are listening to the village and city problem. You want to solve it. That's also service. So service everywhere. But how to do the service is very important. And how to recognize them, because out of millions, few great people are recognized by all over the world, because they do the things very differently. Their approach is very different. The service to the society in a different way. So here in this IIIT will give a platform to interact different people, coming from the rich people, coming from the poor background, coming from a different part of the India, which has a different culture, different food habits. Everything will be different. Once you live together here, you will understand each other much better way. And this is one of the great place in India, not only IIIT, all the great institution which has this kind of, students coming from a different areas, different places. I think it gives a chance to know them and to integrate themselves in the great India. I can tell you my story. After my village, I moved to the small towns, did my study. Then I went to Allahabad Immigration College. First time I came out from the village area to a city. It's very good transition. I met a lot of people who was I can see my roommate was a very rich person, came from. When I see his clothes, when I see his towel, when I see his bed sheets, very different was there when I was having. I was having only dari. He was having, his father came in the car, gave something, but we were batchmate. We live in the same room, basically, sharing the same room, sharing the same food. Become a good friend. I didn't have a problem. He didn't have also a problem interacting each other. So this hostel life here gives you a very different perspective on how to behave, how to accept other people also in your life. And then I moved to JNU. JNU was one of the wonders those days in 78 when I joined. Very few hostels, 3 hostels were there. 6 hostels were there, basically at that time, not 3. And everybody was free there. And in Allahabad, only the people coming from the regional places. In JNU, coming from all over India. You can see people from Tamil Nadu, you can see from Kerala, you can see the Northeast, you can see the Punjab. Everybody was there in that time. And different area of the North also, South also. And when we don't look along each other, our food habits were different. But we started living together, we learned it, and we excel in our life. Some people went to IS, some PCS, some politicians, and some went to abroad, did a very wonderful job. They're very happy, learned a lot of money, But out of them, how many people have recognized worldwide? How many people have make a dent in society? That's very few people, basically. So I welcome you all in this IIIT, and I hope that next 4 years, 2 years, whatever you chose, will be a eye-opener for you to interact with the people of the faculties here, staff, and your colleagues, means roommates, maybe friends, maybe a batchmate, and you will definitely going to enjoy it. So in the last, I'd say thank you for coming and choosing a IIIT Allahabad, all of you, and I wish you a very, very wonderful and challenging stay, and have a wonderful life in the coming years. And I really hope that after going from there, you will become a good, nice person and enjoy your life and enjoy your work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, there cannot be really anything more motivational than reading or listening to the biography or autobiography of the great people. So, sir, you have excellently presented the entire story, the biography of some of the very great people who are actually inspiring stone for each one of us. So, first of all, sir, thank you, sir, for giving your time and this blessings to our young students. And definitely, this class of yours will be really one kind of milestone for them, that they have listened to this lecture, and definitely this will help them in shaping their life and career beautifully and melodiously. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. So, sir, we can just sign it off with your permission.
Sure.
Okay, sir. So we have another class from 11.5 of Dr. Himadri Burman, and he will be talking about coping with failure. Okay, so we have a few minutes left. Till then, you can have some break, and we'll be assembling here back at 11:05.